After spending the last month roaring higher, Domino's pizza stock got hammered today, down more than 3%. That was after the company reported a good but not perfect quarter. So did we get a little ahead of ourselves with this one, or do you have to treat this weakness as a buying opportunity, since you know we've liked this since $10? For years, Domino's has been a leader in the delivery space, which is what's allowed them to thrive during the lockdown. When the company pre-announced some terrific sales numbers at the end of March, stock caught fire. But this morning, we got the full earnings report, and while it was mostly good, big top and bottom line beat, there was some hair on it. Turns out a big chunk of that earnings beat was driven by lower effective tax rate. Plus, their business update for the last few weeks of the current quarter was, let's say, a little mixed, doing fine domestically, international numbers, and maybe a little less encouraging. Of course, management withdrew their long-term guidance because it's impossible to make that kind of forecast right now. I'm encouraging all companies to stop guiding. Stop it. Still, even after today's pullback, this stock's up more than 25% for the year. I think we stick with it. And this week, this is a gift. Do not take it from me. Let's speak with Ritch, Allison, the CEO of Domino's Pizza, get a better read on the quarter and how his company's handling this difficult environment. Mr. Allison, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for having me on.
All right, so, Rich, let's just dispense with everything here. We had a horrible, miserable unemployment number this morning. Everyone knows it's terrible. I got about 5 companies that are hiring because of demand. Yours is one of them, right?
We sure are, Jim. You know, we announced a couple of weeks back that as a system in the U.S. across our corporate stores, supply chain, and franchise stores, we're out there trying to hire more than 10,000 team members.
And one of the reasons for that, frankly, is because you guys are taking a lot of shares, the way I look at it.
Well, we feel very fortunate that we've been able to remain open and operating during this crisis. And in serving our customers, you know, demand has been very strong, and we frankly need more people, you know, out on the road delivering food to our customers in time of need, Jim. So we're fortunate and very grateful for the opportunity to continue to serve customers and to continue to employ team members around the country.
And some of these delivery people obviously are not just working for profit. You are doing something that is amazing for the people who cannot eat in this country because they do not have enough money right now.
Yeah, we announced a program we call Feed the Need to provide 10 million slices of pizza out to communities around the country. And you know, we're providing all the food for that. Our franchisees are providing the labor in their communities. And we've asked our franchisees to identify the need locally because they're the heroes in their local communities. They know where the need is greatest, whether it's school children who aren't getting lunch, workers on the front line, you know, in our hospitals and other first responders or essential retail workers. We're just proud to be able to serve, Jim, at this particular time.
Just when I thought your company could no longer innovate, there wasn't much left to innovate. How about a pizza pedestal?
Well, there's not much that hasn't changed in our business. You know, in the last 6 weeks, I talked to folks internally, and I say, you know, we've taken 60 years worth of standard operating procedures and rewritten most of them in 6 weeks. And contactless delivery is a big part of that. And the pizza pedestal is an innovation our team came up with so that when we bring you your food, we don't have to sit it on the ground or an unclean surface. You know, we're able to put it on top of a recyclable little pizza pedestal so you can take your food in a contactless way and either recycle that or we'll bring it back and recycle it ourselves.
Yeah, someone has done it. It's a much better way because I've had some food delivered and I've said, no, because it was on my porch. I don't want my food sitting on my porch. Okay, so Jeff Lawrence, your CFO, I love him. He did say, we don't know what the new normal is going to be. That makes sense. But if you had to just kind of look a little bit crystal ball in the future, if this continues, isn't the new normal that unfortunately a lot of the smaller guys who didn't get the PPP may not be able to stay in business?
You know, Jim, I sure hope that we don't end up in a place where we don't have independent restaurant companies serving customers. You know, I know you love independents, you know, and my wife and I eat at a lot of them ourselves. So I sure hope that those folks are able to survive, you know, this crisis. But along the way, I think, you know, things are going to be different for quite a while. I think, you know, delivery is going to continue to be important, and contactless delivery is going to continue to be part of the new normal for quite some time to come. But I sure hope we all pull through this together, and we've still got a world where you can get your Domino's pizza, but you can also, get your food from your local independent restaurant as well.
But the one thing I would say, Rich, is, as someone who has one of these, has two of these, is that if you have to pull half of our seats out, it doesn't matter how much PPP you get. Your profitability is going to be cut in half unless you can raise price. I am not looking at a world right now where I think you can raise price. Do you see a world where you can suddenly start raising price because you can't, to try to make it up when you can't do the volume?
Jim, I don't. In fact, I think if anything, customers are probably going to be more price conscious as we look forward. You talked a bit earlier about the unemployment numbers that are coming out. And, we all know in the restaurant industry, folks that are employed and earning increasing wages are what really drive the growth in the industry over time. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of price headroom out there for some time to come.
Last question. I know that you guys advertise a lot in professional sports. That costs a lot of money. Is it possible that actually may be kind of a very strange benefit that the other guys can't advertise who try to take your share? So if everybody is shut down from big sports advertising, it could be good for your bottom line.
Well, certainly, when we look at advertising going forward, we're not slowing down at all. In fact, we think that, in a time like this, we need to lean in even more to get the messages around value and around how we can safely serve our customers. Should we see some pullback, more broadly in the advertising space, it could help us, with delivery of eyeballs, to Domino's ads and share a voice overall, but still really early in the cycle to see how that's ultimately going to play out, Jim.
You're absolutely right. That's a very good point. I want to thank Rich. Just another great quarter. Ritch Allison, CEO of Domino's. Good work, sir.
Thanks, Jim. Stay safe.
And thanks for giving all those slices away. You're a good man. Mad Money's back after the break.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @JimCramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Kramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.